Okay, day three. This one should be short. I've been doing the typing confessionals, so hopefully there's more in there. And I have movie night starting in like 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to keep this one to be my shortest one yet, which should not be hard to do because I mean, I just talk for less than 20 minutes. Um, so basically today, by 3:25, I was going nuts because I was having a couple texts, but very few people were actually active on the Discord. And it was like, guys, it's time through day three. Tribal's potentially tomorrow, and I've talked with one of you. Like, what the hell? Like, we need to talk now before Tribal's a thing. Because if we wait until we have to go to Tribal, we're not going to get to know each other. It's going to be a very stilted, very weird conversation. Um, it's a marathon, not a sprint, Michael. Calm down. But it was very different for me coming from my XC game where I talk to multiple people multiple times a day to now. Um, Actually, maybe not multiple people multiple times a day, but out of my tribe of 8, I would talk to at least 3 people a day, and usually more. And today I've only talked to 2 so far. Um, yeah. So I had a call with Amanda F earlier. I think it went well. It was mostly like get to know you kind of stuff, baking, TV, kind of telling her how orgs work. She asked about like how tribal works in ecstasy, and when I played in ecstasy, and I said like that doesn't mean it'll be like that in Conquest, but maybe. Um, she at one point I did say like I feel good about the group, and she said she didn't know if I was talking about like the tribe or the group that was on the call initially of me, her, Andre, and Carolina. I was like, it could mean that, but also like I played it off as why don't you and I talk to Guillermo and the other Amanda or Mandy and see how we feel. Like, you're my partner now, Amanda. Like, we're going to work well together. And I feel like a jackass when I start talking like this because I like these people and you're all going to watch it in the future. And I do want to like work with Amanda. Like, I like her. Um, so I'm gonna whatever. It's gonna come across cocky, and you always need to know it's part of the game. Like Amanda, like yeah, we're gonna work together. Whatever works for you and me, we're gonna do. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. Obviously, everything I'm doing, I'm also doing with your interests in mind. She'll learn. I think she's a quick study. She's behavioral, like she works in behavioral therapy with children or behavioral something. So she'll pick up on the social cues really quickly. Um, but I said that we don't lock anything in other than we feel good about each other. We don't have tribal yet. Let's not set anything in stone. We don't have to set in stone. I was supposed to talk to Carolina at some point tonight when she got back from New York, but we're from upstate New York to New York City, and she messaged me that her legs are sore from skiing and can we talk tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm thinking like, what if we have tribal tomorrow? Like you're gonna wait to have a conversation with me till the day of tribal? Like, okay, that's a choice. Um, but we don't have tribal tomorrow, so that is a good thing. I did post on the forum when I was just kind of like lost today because it was a very boring day. I couldn't go outside because it was cold out. It was all of like 55 degrees outside. Ooh, it was so cold, I know. Shivers in Florida. Um, that I posted that at that point either Sanger or Thmei, however we pronounce our names, I need to learn it and I need to Google it and look it up because it is not good that I don't know how to pronounce it. But either way, we were already safe by that point, and none of us knew it. And then later on, I posted, to the surprise of absolutely none of you that know me. Like literally, I know Melody's watching all my stuff because I see her liking it. Does not surprise Melody. Frances hosted me. This will not surprise her. Any of you played Ecstasy with me know how I play. And I went through the announcements again to see if there was any hidden information. Because I know when you read it first, it looked like there weren't any idols to be found other than at the ruins. However, I pulled out the quote that said, the choice is yours. However, you will only have access to the ruins once through this method. Emphasis added. So it could be your one and only chance to claim a power. So you only have access to the ruins once through this method. So it could be your one and only chance to claim a power. Either we only have access one time, and it is our one and only chance, or there's another way that we can get access. Because then it said, the ruins will be the only method to earn powers over the course of the game. So that tells me I'm hoping this is worded very carefully, and that I'm not just like talking myself in paranoid circles, because that is very on brand for Michael to do that. That should be. I want to be clear. I know it's on brand for me to get paranoid about idols that don't exist, but you only have access to the runes once through this method, so it could be your one and only chance to claim power, and the runes will be the only method to earn powers. How else do I get to the runes, Sean and Patrick and Katie? How else do I get to the runes? There's something to this. There's fucking something there. I know it. I fucking know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. Shouldn't curse in case future employers are watching this. Whatever. Also, if they're watching this far, they know me. Oh, I didn't catch that. See, I didn't even catch that it could be part until just now. Damn. Okay. And then I had messaged with Guillermo back and forth waiting for results. We've made a plan to talk tomorrow, especially after knowing we won. I feel good about getting to him tomorrow. I feel like he and I are going to get along really closely. I'm assuming he's a gay man. He's at least not straight because he watches Drag Race. And maybe straight men watch Drag Race, I shouldn't assume. But, odds are that he's at least sympathetic. And we will, I think, get along really well. So I want to talk to him tomorrow. I did have called Mandy tonight. She was rocking her Daphne hair from Scooby-Doo. Dark blue shirt, looked purple. And we bonded over hobbies, bonded over science. I just show both Amandas one of my hobbies, which is, I mentioned I do enjoy baking. I mentioned that in my intro video. This is my project from earlier this week that I made. Croissant. If you look, there's not as defined layers as I would hope. Like, there's not as many layers. And they are a couple days old at this point. Also, I did burn the bottoms because you're supposed to put the racks in the upper and lower third of the oven. I did upper third and lower quarter. So I do need to, chew around some of the crusty parts on the bottom. But for my first time making them from scratch, and they were a 5 out of 5 in difficulty in Claire Saffitz's Dessert Person Cookbook, I ain't mad at them. They were hot out of the oven. They were delicious. Anyway, I showed her that. And Mandy and I got along really well in the call. I did notice she was very gregarious and very friendly, and I love that about her. My fear is she's played the Big Brother long-form org before, so she knows how these work. And so maybe she was just trying to pull me in. And I have to be aware of that. One thing I fell into in ecstasy is if I had a good vibe with somebody, I thought, oh yeah, we're good. And then after the season, read their confessionals, and they're like, oh yeah, Michael was like my last or second to last person on this tribe. And Michael didn't get voted out because we had bigger fish to fry, didn't want to rock the boat or whatever. So I need to make sure that my name stays near the top. I thought that I had a decent shot of that. I tried to rig my ranking to make sure that I would be the one to go to the runes. I have not gotten a message from Prod yet, and so I'm assuming that somebody else is going. All the more reason to pull these people in, because whoever went, I need to be their number one, and I need them to tell me they went to the runes, and I need to know what happens there. Maybe that's what Andre wants to talk about, which would be really interesting because I ranked him last. So that would mean that they all ranked him really high, which could mean if I'm actually his number one, that this will work well because I can kind of hide behind the obvious figurehead. But if they all rank him high, that makes he has options. Plot thickens. He did message me and say that he wanted to talk to me later. So I said after movie night with my LA friends, absolutely. I'll get on a call for a couple minutes and update the thread below if anything happens on there. And Mandy and I did kind of say we said without saying we want to work together. One takeaway I had from XC is I want to tell more people I want to work with them even if I don't. Like last time it's Keisha, but oh yeah, maybe. That clearly means that I don't want to work with you. So instead, I'm telling everybody now, yeah, we're going to work together. We're going to be best friends. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass. And it might bite me in the ass. And if it does, you know what? It happens. But I'm not the first boot. Oh, there's another thing. Rum Dual going to Tribal. There is that through line from the Christmas mini where Austin and I met in the first part of that game and wanted to work together and kept getting swapped to different tribes. And then I got voted out before he could join me. and his tribe's going to tribal now. I'm hoping that he survives, because I know I mean, I've had like maybe 2 conversations in my entire life, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if he went home, but it would be nice to have somebody in the game, like in my back pocket. Although I have told those people that like I saw him play that game, which maybe wasn't smart. I should have maybe kept that to myself. But like it came up when they asked like, do you know anybody in the other tribes? So I didn't want to lie about that because I feel like that lie could get found if they see us in the group together. Um, but in any event, it would be nice to have him around. But if he goes, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Yeah. Hopefully, whatever happens tomorrow, my tribe keeps winning immunity. Smooth sailing. All right. Gonna go watch Toy Story 3. I think I'm going to make my letters from the challenge in my thumbnail for the video. So you should. Why am I saying that now? Like you've seen the thumbnail already. You should know. But in case you didn't figure out what the NLB means, those letters I had in the challenge that we won with 40 points. By the way, pat on the back, because I found a good 10 of those words, and that could be what gave us the first place. So good job, Michael. Night, everybody.